Wagwan guys, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. I cannot complain myself. So, man, it looks like it's going down. Richard Sherman has been arrested on suspicion of DUI. I'm not too sure about this. I mean, what is it? FS1? It looked like it's going down over there, dude. Keyshawn Johnson just may have secured him a lead role on that show. It's considering like the other host on that show is going through some legalities. Richard Sherman and what's my man's name? Michael Irving, right? Both of those guys are going through legalities. So the only two hosts they have right now that's like basically picture perfect, right? Is Keyshawn Johnson and Skip Bayless. But this is what I'm going to say about this whole incident. So he got caught on suspicion, right? I don't think he blew anything. I'm not too sure. So he may like walk off on this, right? I'm pretty sure he got bail or whatever. But he's been going through some ups and downs. I believe one of the situations that went down was like him and his wife, and they ended up getting back together, right? So he won that. And I'm not saying I'm jealous or envious of him, but I can admire, right, not his struggle, but just it takes a lot to be, successful, to be a champion, right? To succeed. And he has done that, right? He went to Stanford. He went to the NFL. He played very well. I think he got him a Super Bowl ring. And he's been battling a ton of adversity. And he's even got him a host gig, right? And it looks like it's solidified. He's been on, Monday night football, Thursday night, whatever. He's been doing all that, right? And I can only admire the adversity he's been going through. You feel me? Because, like, look, the whole situation with TMZ released a video, and it looked kind of crazy, right? A lot of people were like up in arms about that because it looked like he was maybe being violent. But in the situation, I believe the father of his wife was trying to throw a wrench in this situation some type of way, if I'm not mistaken. But because I think the father was over there at the house. I don't know what was going on, but it was caught on camera, and then guess what? They got back together, right? So they're together again. Everything's going well, and then this suspicion of DUI comes out. I don't know if people say they can smell anything they want to smell. You can create anything, right? But what did he blow? I don't think he blew anything. So, I'm sticking with my man Richard Sherman on this. This is what happens, man. When you want to be successful, you're going to battle adversity. Let's talk about the Michael Irvin situation that happened, right? It was the one situation that happened, and that case, whatever, got dismissed, got thrown out, or he beat it, right? He beat the case. Then another situation arose. It was at a hotel, and it looks like he beat that one as well. Then you got this other situation that just came up of recent. Another accusation. I'm pretty sure he's going to beat that one too. You're always going to get some type of pushback to what you're doing. People don't want to see that face. They don't, right? Literally the picture of adversity right there, right? And people have their own, battles that they're fighting. This battle right here, it's coming with an onslaught of other people, of accusations. That's what it is. You feel me? And this is another accusation right here. Switching over to Richard Sherman, right? You had two accusations, two cases being put up against this man, and he's been vindicated multiple times. This was going to come out the same exact way, in my opinion, my estimation. And look, you know what? You got a successful young black man, right? And he's doing it. He's standing on business. Right, this could be a story where people are like, "Oh, here goes this guy, the crazy guy." You can't do that. You can't write everybody off as crazy and all this. These people, they get into these situations. They're living life. This is what life does. I'm sorry, especially when you're at this altitude. Okay, the fills, the falls. These things happen. Okay, he's been through that, so it's not. I'm not throwing him out with the bathwater. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? And neither should you. Okay, but I thought this was very interesting. It could be like dead periods where this is the off season and things like this happen. and I've even watched shows. Okay, I'm up to my limit when I hear that. I'm up to my limit when you have to know what's going on. Okay, he could have drunk. Okay, he could have drunk some alcohol. What does that mean? Does that mean he's blowing past the limit? No, it doesn't. I've watched shows, right? And I'm not saying you should drink and drive, right? Drinking and driving is wrong. But I'm surprised no one has sued any state or any police department that advertises like, okay, look, I'll say this. And I'll just let this ride. I watched a show. I believe they even had it. It was one. I think it was. I'm not too sure if it was one town or I think it was a county that did it, and it was basically all the people who, got DUIs or driving while intoxicated. They had to take a class, right? And in the class, they allowed them to drink, right? But I think they end up having like maybe 3 or 2 drinks, something like that. But it was over a duration of time. And then they all like drove home. And they all blew first. And then when they blew, it was under the legal limit in that state, county, what have you. And then they all like basically were taught the practice of how to drink and still be under the legal limit in order to drive. Right. So the whole thing where don't drink and drive. Yes, it is true. But with that story right there, it just, you know what I'm saying? It flies in the face of a lot of advertising and a lot of advertisement that goes on that just like, don't drink and drive and all this other type of stuff. If you're not over the limit, then you're good to go. But the thing is, I believe in the ad, they're talking about, don't risk it. Right. But it's not, that's what I'm saying. When people, when cops use that, it smelled like alcohol. When cops use that, it's not completely set in stone. It's not a 100% accurate case to say, you know what, you smell like alcohol, DWI. It's a DUI. No, that's not the case, because he could be under the lead. That's how people get off, right? So I say that to say, of course, don't drink and drive, right? Because that's the thing. But I'm pretty sure he's gonna get off on this, and this could be like a complete target, and it happens. And I promise you, everybody is not that way. Everybody's not that way, man, to where they're going to be so buttoned up and, license, registration, everything is like, everyone's not going to be that way. You feel me? To where you can dictate and you can be like so strict and rigid on, these guys 100% of the time. And you have to know, like, when someone's targeting you, when someone's bullying you, that's what it is. You feel me? And that's just, that's real talk. I've seen situations like, I've seen it. I've seen it. So I've done the audit. I've watched it where some people, it just really depends on the cop, right? And their discretion on certain things. Now, if they want to give you a hard time, sure, they could definitely do that. But really, like, taking you to jail and being arrested on, you know what I'm saying? It's really ridiculous. Now, I understand, like, if these guys are speeding, they're going and when it actually becomes an offense and a crime, yeah, I can understand that. But most of I've seen guys going over the speed limit to where it's a crime, and then they get a ticket written up. You know what I'm saying? Where it's an arrestable offense, but you get a ticket. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely got a target on your back, and it's people that don't like you because you got money, brother. You got enough of it to where you can live happily. You can live peacefully. You got a job, you got a gig, you can go to work, you can still go through the grind and still make, still live a successful life even after your sport, playing your professionally, playing your sport professionally. It's a small number, select group of guys that get able to that can be able to do that. And a lot of times what happens when you're living this lifestyle, man, of the rich and famous, you're going to get daggers to where you can't even enjoy. And that's what it is. And I can definitely go deep into this. You feel me? But I reserve my right to just surmise at the end of the day and just say, you know what? I'm going to chalk this up as this is one of those headlines that just, they just want to throw this in the headlines. And I'm not going to be the one that says, oh, this guy's immature. This guy's is this, that, and the other cat. No, these things happen. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be dismissed or whatnot. Because I don't believe he blew over. Now, if he blew over the limit, okay. You feel me? But I really don't believe so. But that's what I got for you guys, man. Peace. I'm out.